everybody, and welcome to Kickstarter update number 43. Today is a special day. We are showing off plenty of things. First, there's going to be our collector's edition. I will be unboxing it, but I'll do that at the end of the video. Then there is the Kickstarter hoodie, which is awesome. Yeah, it also features like this little, I really like this little detail that they put on there. This little, where is it? Oh, man. The little Larian Studios logo. I think that's just like, it's just cool. Then we have the Kickstarter t-shirt. And last but not least, we have the Undead playable race and our Undead origin story. Plenty of stuff, so let's get started. So, we'll have a look at character creation and see exactly what kind of Undead you can make. And we're going to do that together with Alina, who has been very hard at work on character creation, trying to make our character creation look all nice and shiny. Hi Alina.
Hello.
Can you give us a little tour of how you can customize your Undead?
Yeah, of course. So right now I'm an Undead human male. And if you go to Appearance tab, you can customize your face.
Yeah, so you get a hole and it's like jewelry on his face?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can customize your bone color.
Okay, cool. You change the...
And hairstyle. Oh, and you can also have a beard.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent. And can you like change his presets so we can have a look at like, because this is more of a, this is an enchanter look. That's a very epic look.
Yeah, it's the most epic armor you can find in game.
It looks very shiny. Okay, it all looks so nice, huh? This one also looks like he knows what he's doing. Can you change gender as an Undead?
Yeah, of course, you can be a female.
Okay, cool. Can you like cycle through presets? Awesome. So we can be Undead humans. Is there anything else we can do with the Undead?
Yeah, of course, you can be any race you want, any gender you want.
Okay, so you mean, so that's Undead female lizard?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. Can you like, just show us off, show off the stuff. It's cool. Look at that. Okay.
Hairstyle too.
Yeah.
Here is Undead male.
Yeah, so that's an Undead male lizard, right?
Yeah.
And going through the presets, excellent. And we have things like helmets also, right?
Yes, it is.
Look at that! It's so cool. Okay, all right. And how about, God forbid, dwarves? Yeah, there you go. And that, they look super shiny. Look at that. I mean, I never play a dwarf, but I'd play this guy. Okay, all right. And there's... Can you cycle through the presets a little bit? And through the hairstyles, just out of...
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. Oh man. Okay. So we haven't seen the elf yet. Show us the elf. Wow. Okay.
And the male.
And male. And can you use the presets just like I just like looking at it. All right. Coolest. So you start by selecting your race and whether you're alive or whether you're undead. And then you select your gender, whether you're going to play as a female. And so you can be things like an undead male lizard or a female undead dwarf or just a regular human being. And depending on who you are, you can select your tags, which define your background. And depending on what race you are, you're going to have different racial talents. And to hear everything about racial talents and all of the skills and all of the balancing things, we're going to go down to Nick, who's going to tell us all about it. So, we are going to talk about how it is to play like an undead. And for that, I came to Nick, who knows everything about the undead. Hi, Nick. So, tell us, what is the racial skill of an undead?
Right, so undead are very good at hiding. So, because of that, they have a skill called Play Dead, with which they just fall on the ground and they pretend that's it, that was their
So that
loss.
means that like I'm in combat and somebody's attacking me and then I can say, oh my god, I've been hit! I'm dead! Like this?
Yes, that was exactly
that works.
We did it, yeah. And it works, it fools everyone. It's actually a skill that was inspired by community suggestions. This is something that we picked up on the forums and it was too fun to just pass up.
Alright, awesome. And so there's also an undead talent. What does that do?
Yeah, this is actually undead cannot heal. Usually, healing damages them, but they heal when they come into contact with poison. So they can drink poison potions,
or they can walk into a poison cloud and take poison shower.
Yeah, they can walk around poison, and they can actually withstand death fog.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
death fog is a big thing in this game.
It's huge.
Yeah, okay. Death fog kills you instantly, except for the undead. So things get really interesting if you are playing with a human party or a lizard or an elven party together with an undead, I guess, because on the one hand you have the undead who can't stand healing And on the other hand, you have the guys that can't stand poison, right? So the battlefield.
Yes, indeed. But there are a lot of opportunities to combo these things together. So if you have a person in the party who has poison wand, they can actually shoot at you during combat to heal you up.
Well, that is awesome. But then that also means that your enemy could actually try to heal your undead and do damage to it.
Yes, we were surprised, but AI 2.0 is smart enough to heal bomb you, and it's actually very dangerous to come near enemy healers.
Yeah, because they have this chain heal skill, so it's like if you have multiple undead, it's like bang, 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 die, 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 die. Alright, so okay. So, and that, as far as I've seen, they have problems in life. Well, yeah. They have problems when walking around in the Rivellum, don't they?
They are not very popular. So regular citizens are not open to idea of talking to undead. They will scream, run away, shout for guards. They will be scared of you. To avoid that, you're gonna have to veil yourself. You're gonna have to put on a helmet and cover something, your chest with something, in order to talk to people normally.
Yeah, but that depends on what type of people, because if you're like going to be conversing with the Black Ring, where the undead is like a very common thing, they don't care, right?
Yeah, some of them have very open minds. Undead, living, business first.
So talking about veiling yourself, there is rumor of a legendary artifact, which is the Mask of the Shapeshifter, and that allows you to pretend you are an elf or a human.
Yes, indeed. Other races will see you as living, but you will still not be able to eat food or take any pleasures of flesh.
So on the inside you are very much undead, but on the outside you're all glamour and glitter.
Yes, that is glamour. People you speak to will respond to you as if you are living, or as if you're living lizard or human or dwarf.
So that means also that because we have this awesome tag system, that like if you are a elf and you talk to people, they will react to you as if you're an elf. If I'm wearing the Mask of the Shapeshifter and I'm pretending to be an elf, they'll talk to me as an elf, but I'll still have my undead tags also.
Yes, yes. Some very perceptive characters might even recognize that you returned, but this is very special.
Yeah, so because I had a conversation actually where I was talking as an undead elf, and it was about the meaning of life, and so obviously as an undead I had very deep insights on that, so I like that the undead option popped up there. Okay, so I can pretend to be somebody else. How do I get one of these Masks of the Shapeshifter?
Ooh, it's a very gruesome process that involves something called Face Ripper. You need to collect 4 faces of 4 races in order to be able to turn into any of them. So you need a fresh body, and you need this face ripper with which you rip the face off. You put it on a mask, and when you have all 4 masks, you can combine it into one Mask of a Shapeshifter.
You know, you realize that you just said that you can kill somebody, you can rip their face off, and then you can put it on a mask, put it on your head so that you can become that character?
That is a terrifying thought, yes.
It is a very terrifying thought, but you can do it in Original Sin too.
If you want.
Because the Undead class obviously is a fairly dark class to play. Okay, so we got face ripping, we got Masks of the Shapeshifters, we got veiling. Is there anything else about the Undead? I heard that the healing potions are something that an Undead is mightily interested in.
Yes, indeed. There is another mechanic. There's a so-called Talon of Zyke. It's an implement that allows you to turn healing potions into poison potions, which are a lot better for you as an undead.
Obviously, yes, and obviously very poisonous to enemies, or to your friends if you happen to like put red dye in that so that they look like healing potions, something our friend Apostle knows everything about. And then there's one last thing about the undead, because they also have this little racial ability that other characters don't have with their finger, I think. Because they're bony, they don't need lockpicks to pick locks. So they can put their finger in locks and just lockpick it, and you never need to get those pesty lockpicks again. No. Awesome. Thank you, Nick. So, the Undead race, a very special race in Divinity Original Sin 2, one that you should only play if you actually already know the rules a little bit, because rules are inverted and it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun to have an undead in your character and your party, and have a non-undead in your party, and then try to work your way around that. But that's not the only thing we have about the undead, because we also have a undead origin story. And to hear the lowdown on that, we're going to head over to Jan, who is going to tell us all about the undead origin story, a guy named Fane, and as it happens to be the guy who invented the Mask of the Shapeshifter. So I'm here with Jan, who is our lead writer. Hi Jan. and he's going to tell us all about Fane, or Undead origin story.
Exactly.
So Fane is based on a story from Chris Avalon.
Exactly.
So how did that work?
Well, we were talking about all kinds of pitches for an origin story, and the one that Chris proposed was an undead character that belongs to the race of Eternals, the race that is like very ancient and predates all the living races the other living races that we have in Revlon.
Yeah.
And he suggested a character that runs parallel with the main story, because in that way we have kind of our lore master.
Yeah, so because he was around back in the days, he knows all the stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what's his origin story?
Well, his origin story is, so he, like I said, he's an Eternal, but something went wrong in his past. He did some kind of crime, and he got entombed for his troubles. But of course, he's an undead. He continues to live on.
So he's not very happy.
Exactly. No, because he spent millennia and millennia
In a box.
in a box in the dark. So that wasn't very much fun. But then one day, some adventurer actually came by and opened up this tomb and discovered Fane. But of course, Fane was still alive. And the first thing he actually did was eat this.
So guy saves him, frees him from his place where he was locked up for all this time, and eats him.
Yes.
He's not a very nice man, is he?
He's a very pragmatic man. Yeah. He was hungry. He needed to sustain himself. He needed new energy, and that's what he did. So that's the first thing he did, and then the next thing he did is look around, and what he sees is a completely new world that is completely strange to him. He sees dwarves, lizards, humans, but they're completely new and alien to him. He doesn't know what's going on, and so he sets out in search of his own people, basically, to find out what happened in all those millennia that he was in the dark.
Okay, cool. Well, that's a pretty cool story. So that is Fane, the Undead origin story. And so while we were creating the game, at some point it started clicking in our heads, because we said we got all these cool things, you know, you got the Undead, you got the Mask of the Shapeshifter, you got Fane. What if we would incorporate all of these things into one big ass collector's edition? And that's exactly what we did, and we're going to have a look at what our collector's edition is like in one split second, right, Thomas? All right, so this is it. And what do you have? On the outside, you have our 4 races. So you have the humans, you got the elves, you got the dwarves, and you got the lizards. Okay. And so the way it works is that you can basically, it slides off very nicely. And what do you get on the inside? Well, you get our Mask of the Shapeshifter, because this is exactly what it looks like. Okay, so for instance, here you have our lizards, and here you have your elves, and then here you're gonna have our humans, and then here you're gonna have our dwarves. Okay. And so the cool part about this is that it opens up, right? So you can open it like this, and that's because on the inside you can place something, and what that inside something is locked up in this very fine fabric box. And you see we've already opened it, so because otherwise, we couldn't resist ourselves. This was the prototype. This was the very first version, so the actual versions are even better looking. But this is our prototype box, and so inside of the box you got a whole bunch of things, right? Right now it's empty, and it's empty because we already assembled it. Okay, and so what's on the inside? Close your eyes, Thomas, close your eyes. You can open your eyes, Thomas. So, what do you have on the inside? It's Fane! Look at him! It's Fane, and he is wearing his Mask of the Shapeshifter. Look at that figurine, in super detail, all hand painted. He's also wearing his awesome weapon. We have the 4 races in that version on his staff. And then you can take off his mask. So this is basically the Mask of the Shapeshifter. And you can put his head on. And this is Fane, as we all know and love him. Alright. And so on the back side you have the Lady Vengeance, somehow in the Hall of Echoes. And on the back of that you got books, because our collector's edition was promised to feature The Modern Chronicles of Reaper's Coast by Cranley Hubert. These are books that you can find in the game, and this is literally excerpts. So let me put this on the side so you can see well, Thomas. So you got a whole bunch of lore, lovingly written by our writers, illustrated by our artists. So these are all the gods that you might encounter in the game, and then you have an overview of what happened to Lucian and how Alexander came to power and who Dallas is. This is Alexander. And then overview of the races. So literally the humans, obviously, and then the lizards and the elves and so forth. So a whole bunch of lore for you to read. And then that's not the only book that's in there. This is also done with a very nice embossing, so it feels really good. Can you feel it, Thomas? You can't feel it, can you? It feels really good. It smells good too. And you got art book, all right? So that's done gold embossing. So the art book, well, you're going to see all of the artwork of Original Sin, and there's awesome artwork in the game. So you are going to be able to see really a lot of cool stuff if you happen to have ordered this collector's edition. And then what else do we have? Well, there's a little manual that goes with it, obviously. Let me show that. So you get a little manual. It's basically, you know, it's the basics. For instance, I think that we have like the controller mapping is going to be in there if you want to play with the controller. So it's really the basics. And then there's a cloth map. So this is your cloth map. Okay. So it's also fine quality, very readable. So this is the world of Divinity Original Sin 2, where you're going to be traveling. So you start here on the Reaper's Eye, and you need to escape, and then you're going to arrive over here, and then you got an adventure to look forward to. And not everything that you're going to encounter is on this map, actually, because there's secret also in there. And then what else do you have? The Kickstarters are going to get these numbered metallic plates, which you can clip on the back here. So this goes with a magnet, so you can literally proudly say, I was one of the 3,446 Kickstarter backers that backed Original Sin with a collector's edition. So you guys are awesome, and you're gonna get this thing. So clip it on here. And then you also have, I'm gonna remove Fane here for a second. All right. This is like a GM screen, you know, it's a little Game Master screen. This is laced with velvet, so that you can actually throw your dice in there if you want to do a dice roll when trying out our GM mode. So this is our collector edition. We had to make 5,000 of them, so that means that we still have a bit more than 1,000 left, because obviously we're spreading them to the team and giving them to friends and family. So if you want to get one of these, you can still buy them. So we just launched our brand new website, and if you go there and you're very fast, you could be one of the lucky few who has this. We only make 5,000, so we're not going to print them again, I think. And so if you're rapid, maybe you will be able to get your hands on one. So that is our Kickstarter Collector's Edition. The hoodies I've shown already, the t-shirt I've shown already. This is going to be the end of this Kickstarter update. So it was a pretty packed one. We looked at the Undead playable race, we looked at Fane, we've seen the merchandise that came together with the Kickstarter Collector's Edition. The only thing that you guys still need to see from us right now is the actual game. And we are very hard at work finishing it. Everything is on schedule to be released on September 14th. It's going to be close. I still have to do a few things, but we'll manage as per usual. And we are looking tremendously forward to see what you think of this entirely big world that we've created for you. Okay, so thanks for watching. Take care, everybody, and see you very, very, very soon. Bye bye. Oh, and by the way, I forgot. We have a Twitch stream which is today. Today. It's going to be at 9 o'clock CET, which is about 3 o'clock EST, and then that means 3 o'clock EST. It's going to be like noon PST, and all the other T's you'll have to figure out for yourself. And that's really it. Okay. Oh, by the way, that's Apostle. You remember Apostle? Your favorite Apostle, then? Alright. Apostle, the very nice person to play in co-op with. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye bye, and see you soon.